Bang. 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 Bang.
Bah! Bah! I think my mic is on. I hope my mic is on. It looks like my mic is on. It's on. Good. So we're gonna. Where do I want this? Do I even want it here? Maybe it can be there. We're gonna get on with the very arduous task today, or tonight, I guess, of ranking all Akuma players in existence in order, I guess. Which I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. I feel like it could be a never-ending process, right? It could just go on forever. Praying I don't exist. Well, you are on the list, cause that's inevitable because you are an Akuma player. I wonder if I should maybe slap on some. What about the best fighting game music? Is this? No, this is way too harsh. I can't listen to Cammy when I'm talking about Akuma. Maybe there's like something like generic. Let's see if we can. Vanilla Ice theme, yeah, on a loop. Oh, that's an ad. Some Third Strike tunes. Well, I feel like we're gonna run out of tunes, which is my fear here. If I put on anything that can end, it's gonna end, or I'm gonna get to something that I hate. So maybe I want something that's that I don't like, but it's not too offensive. That kind of deal. So I feel like there should be like some internet radio shit that's super generic, you know, pro streamer mode. Put on the lo-fi beats to study to, and just forget about it. Yeah. I went to the store before this. Well, it was a while ago now, but and I did some shopping, as you do. I try to do it like in big, like do a big shopping run just because of Corona, right? So I get that out of the way. Don't have to go like 7 times a week. So I'm standing in line. It's a fucking huge line. For some reason, every single person in the world is out. And I noticed that there's like a guy on a mobility scooter who's behind me, who's really close to me. And I'm like, please don't be close to me. If I have Corona and you get Corona, you're dead because you're on a mobility scooter. So, I mean, I guess that's that's me stereotyping, but so that's like the baseline thought. And I'm listening to music. But I'm wearing like these. I don't know if you can see it. They're like wireless um, earplugs or whatever the word is in English. And I got my hair down, so I guess that this person on the mobility scooter can't see it. So I think they're talking to me a bunch when my back is turned to them because I'm like, oh, I don't want to put my face in your face because if I by chance have COVID, you're dead. Blah blah blah. But then I realized that the person is talking to me, and I'm like, oh, I take my shit out. And you guys in chat got to remember that I'm Swedish, so like even acknowledging another person in line that's like a big step. That's culturally that's like a no. You don't talk to people in line. So yeah, I turn around to this dude, and he's talking to me, but he's not like making noises. He's not like talking like it's not language. He's just making noises, and I don't understand what the fuck he's saying. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? And I try to understand what he's saying, and then at some point, I get that he's just repeating the sentence "Black Red Devil," which that doesn't help. It doesn't de-escalate the situation here. It doesn't get better by some guy going "Black Red Devil" over and over again. And I'm like, what? Can I help you? Black Red Devil, Black Red Devil. And then he points at like, uh, he points at these like touch screens that are in big, especially like in big shopping, not shopping center, but like big food stores, whatever, grocery stores. Um, Yeah, you saw an Akuma player. Black Red Devil, you get out of here, you fucker. Black Red Devil. No, but he's pointing at the screen. And I just like it clicks to me that he's talking about a cigarette brand. I guess. Whatever. And I have no fucking clue. Like I know Marlboros exist and like that's it. Like my mom used to smoke when I was a kid, but I never smoked at all cigarettes. So I don't fucking know what kind of brands there are. So I just like okay. So he wants me to go to the screen and input. What up, Shin Polo? Thanks for the follow. So this dude wants me to go to the and get that thing. You input what you want on the screen, and you get like this little piece of paper, and you give it to the whatever the cashier, right? And you get your cigarettes or snus or whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to like cut in line to get this thing. Still people in front of me. So I'm like, oh, you can go ahead of me. You can take my spot. And he's like, Black Red Devil. And I go to another line because I'm like, well, I'm fucking out of here. I'm piecing out of this situation. I don't want to do this Black Red Devil thing anymore. I'm out. And the dude fucking follows me on the mobility scooter to another aisle. So now I'm trapped with the Black Red Devil dude. And I can't get out. I can't just run from this guy. So whatever. Like we we do the thing. I get there. How long have we been live? Very shortly. Like a couple of minutes. But yeah, we get there. I punch the thing in. I get the fucking Black Red Devil. And I give the guy the ticket for it. I pay for my shit. And as I'm packing my stuff, because I did a lot of shopping, I'm packing my stuff, like getting it down the bag, and I look up, like, and our eyes meet as he's doing he's paying for his shit, and he just goes, you know that GIF? He just goes like this, and then I leave. So. I think I've done like my share of public service for this decade or something. It really stressed me out to have that dude go Black Red Devil, Black Red Devil. Especially, it's not like he said it in Swedish. He said Black Red Devil. So, yeah. Well, with that out of the way, I guess maybe we should get into the actual topic. Let's see here. I had like oh, there we go. Black Red Devil enthusiast, yeah. I have an Excel sheet. I feel like this is the most like logically sound way to do this. And I think what we do first is we just start putting in names. We just start putting in every name we can think of. And we do it in no order to begin with. So what's an Akuma player? Well, I'm an Akuma player. Why do I never see you against other streamers? Well, A, I don't stream. So that's one. This is like the second time I've streamed this year. And B, I don't play ranked or really any online. So that's like there's like a reason for this. So yeah, I'm an Akuma player. I'm on the list. No order yet. Okay, so don't spaz out. I mean, we got Akumas in the chat, right? We got Cosby. We got Goki Akuma. We got Shin Paulo. Who else is an Akuma player? We got Farseen. Of course. Hawaii's Honey. I guess we have to count Atif Butt, right? We have to count anyone who's ever been an Akuma player. Super Kuma, of course. Of course. Yeah, that's very typical for me. I mean, who's to say? Maybe I am on the top. Shikrin, yes. Shikrin. Rixta, yes. Absolutely. Kashi Snake. Shin Pushin, yes. Of course. More Akuma players. I don't know. Afonso, that's an Akuma player. Asim played Akuma at some point. Velvet Johnson, that's an Akuma player. Oh, yeah. Of course. Who could forget Akuma Narukushimo? Kuiper. Tokido. J-Dot, of course. That's not with a dot, though, so... I think I had like a thought. Daigo? This has to be only Tekken 7. We can't have Daigo in it. Because then the list becomes like unending. That's like a fucking trillion billion. Yeah, book. That counts. Yeah, I guess we put Knee on the list. Forwood. That's a guy. Man, this is gonna be long. Eunja, who could forget? That's like the Simp Lord 69. Okay, yeah, that's I mean, if he's an Akuma player, gotta put him on the list, right? Yeah, begin. You are definitely. Oh yeah, he started after you pushed his shit in. That's funny. Karo, yeah, that's for sure. Punko, yeah. Um, Vesper, right? That's an Akuma. Akisera, of course, legendary Akisera. Wasa. I mean, who could forget Wasa? Uh, Washo. That's so many people. It's gonna be a long list. Let's see here. Have we missed someone that's like super easy to get? Freyon is an Akuma player from Finland. Crazy, of course. Akuma is on the list already, I think. Yeah, he's on the top here. We're already clipping into it. So we gotta put Landon on the list, of course. Chanel, yes. I wonder if I should put low high on this list. I remember I did a a commentary analysis of a low high set versus high musician, like in arcade version H or something. D maybe. Does that count though? I think you got to play the character more than like once. Monty, that's a person. Oh my god, it's Newton. Can't forget Newton, right? He's been playing him a lot recently. Well, then we got to put low high on the list. Surster, that's a name. Maybe we start going through this list a little bit. Just kind of want to look it over. Oh, we can. Oh my god, token obduracy. What is it? Obduracy? I always forget. Jaka from Indonesia. No, but I mean, if he's an Akuma player, then he has to be ranked. Yeah, good thing Token has like moved hella far away. I mean, he was in Russia, so that was already pretty far, but now I'm safe. I can talk all the shit I want. What is he gonna do? Like fly from Taiwan? I don't know. I don't know, dude. Sean C is a Akuma player. What's that dude's name? Yeah, Alfonso is on the list. He's up here. I feel like I should change this name. I imported it from Twitch chat, so it it took the Y. Yeah, Y from Poland, of course. Got the black color and shit. And I feel like I don't want to accidentally put Akumu on stream being like weirdly blacklisted. I feel like I'm gonna get like 14,000 Discord pings. Narukushima. There we go. It's Phantom Sum on this. Phantom Sum. I mean, if someone's name is on there, oh my god, balls, of course. Balls for alls. I wonder if this is. Oh, what's that? That guy from Japan? that Toko used to really, really dig. Was it Yasashi Jo-san, I think? I don't think he plays anymore, but he played a bunch in season 1 and arcade. But I think he's from North Japan, if I remember correctly. Am I forgetting some American Akuma? I feel like there's so few American Akumas players. So, and the big ones are, of course, Paulo, I guess Forwood, Rixta, Pushin, Akumu, I guess. Is there someone else that I'm forgetting? Well, Cosby, of course, is here, but less traveled, right? Yeah. Punko is on the list. His name is somewhere here. Punko, Punko, Punko. Where are you, Punko? There we go. Oh, I put 2 O's. Yeah, Anakin. Yeah, I probably wouldn't count Anakin either. I think you got to pick the character like at least once in a tournament. Sulman. I don't know who that dude is. You're too avant-garde with your Pakistan Akuma knowledge. Yeah, they have a bunch, but I feel like there's like at least used to be like a pretty solid. Yeah, Bilal has to be in here. I don't know if Bilal plays. Arslan is not on this list. Arslan is definitely not on the Akuma list. Arslan is fucking good. He's really good. He tried playing Akuma a little bit, but unless something very recently has changed, he dropped that character. Kuiper is on the list. Oh yeah, AK. Yeah, that's totally true, Paulo. Well, I mean, everyone's gonna lose, but I think it was pretty obvious that JDCR has not played Akuma in any meaningful fashion. I think that would be a weird placement. Dojin? I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen him play Akuma. Does he pick him a lot? Maybe it's some recent season 3 shenanigans. I almost feel like if you have to go Faisal from Pakistan, well, I guess we got to put him on here. Should have like an extra YouTube link where I just look at all these matches. So I think we can start with this, and then if other Akumas trickle in, that's absolutely fine. And I, of course, value all your input. A lot. But maybe I should like call this something. The objective list of power. There we go. Yeah, but I was just gonna go like this isn't only a list of who is the best player, because that's sort of easy. That's sort of easy. I feel like you have to take into account some sort of aura, right? Because, for example, I would have a really hard time putting Ni above someone like Wasa. I think that's unfair. I don't. Well, it doesn't jive with me, I should say. And I feel like Wasa, like if this list, if I was just like putting people without like thinking and just like slap people in here, I could put Wasa at like ninth. I could put him at like the objective ninth most powerful Akuma player of all time. It's like some dude in net play who has like 4 million matches, and and he didn't do like he didn't even do like fireball into back one for like 2 years because he didn't want to. Like that the level of like I feel like when people who don't know Akuma at all, so like the vast majority of Tekken players, like 99%, when they go to bed, they have nightmares about Waza's Akuma. And I feel like that has to like count for something. But like of course the like some sort of there has to be some sort of objective input, right? So just like mm, maybe we should start from the bottom. But I feel like Always Honey is of course like he's like a surefire pick to be up here, right? So is Super Kuma, of course. Or like remember, I'm not putting them here. They're not gonna end up here probably, but I feel like that kind of just have to put names in places. Uh but yeah, maybe we should like just put some sort of top Akumers. Like that objectively have to be there. Uh I feel like Eunja has to be here because that dude created like the character. Like Eunja made the playstyle of the character. Chikrin, maybe Chikrin is up here. I don't know. Yeah, Eunja is like a Korean Akuma that played. I'm not sure if he plays much anymore, but basically the entire style of Akuma that is so strong that people kind of figured out was so strong, more or less started out with that person, like playing. How should I put it? Like playing the somewhat slow meter building and like wall push game, and spending so much time on nailing the combo conversions and yada yada yada. Like the things you think about with Akuma, like that all started with Yunja. Uh, let's see here. I kind of feel like Atif has to be up here as well. Would be kind of odd if not. Maybe we should like do 2 tiers of like some sort of top. But that's kind of weird because Yunja isn't like a top tier Akuma anymore, of course. But let's just like, oh well, I think Gokakuma, I think you're. It's kind of hard to put you up there, right? As long with like Ricksta, kind of hard to do that. But obviously, like both very strong performers and like strong contributors. One of all time, one of currently. Well, I don't want to do that. That's fucking boring. I want to do like some sort of yeah. Because if I just did who's the best performing, then that's boring. That's super easy. Because like Kuiper, he's a very good performing Akuma for the times he picked him, I think. But I think Kuiper is like he's like down here, dude. Kuiper is like almost below the scroll line. You kind of have to scroll to get to Kuiper. Sorry, not sorry, Kuiper. Uh, super strong player, really like almost legendary EU player. But as far as the Akuma list go, Nah, I don't know, dude. But yeah, Farseen obviously up here. Kero is kind of. I think Kero is in this divide, right? Punko is also kind of important, I think, or very important for Akuma. Obviously, like as far as results go. Shin Polo. I mean, you're still hanging up here. I mean, you tied with Super at Evo, right? That was 13th. But yeah, we can put you right here, right now. I think Shikrin can go here as well. And probably Kashi Snake as well. Remember, we're not putting these in order yet, but Forwood, I think, is a cool dude. Streams a lot where he just crushes people in player matches. And I'm always like dumbfounded when he like streams like 6 hours of him beating on the same like Negan player, like who's savior or something in player matches, and people just rematch him. Very mentally strong, um, mentally strong American player match players. That's cool. I think Forwood is a really cool dude. Obviously, also has like very large contributions to like, fighting games in general, outside of any particular game. I think Token has to go up here. Yeah, I agree. Koki has to go up in this part for sure. I guess like someone like Chanel could go here as well. Bilal for sure. And then I think we're kind of getting into more like we're really getting into some sort of like subjective value here. Maybe book, but I don't know. I don't know. No, I don't think so. My gut tells me no on that one. Oh my god, I hate Excel. Makes me want to fucking die. Ah! All right. Like maybe we should start with like who's on the bottom of this list. I don't think this guy exists. I think I have to delete Simplord. I'm sorry. To me, Begin is totally on the bottom, like a bottom placer on this list. I feel like that dude abandoned the character so fast, so annoying. You had like when you started out, there was like 4 matches of Akuma that weren't Punko because you couldn't watch the Punko matches because the Punko matches were all from fucked up patches. So anything you learned from that was like, oh well, Akuma does 400 damage in every move he does, and no one knows what it is he does. And Jump is fucked up, and Jump Tatsu has like tracking. If you step to, it was just fucked up. So you're like, oh well, at least I have matches of like Chikrin and Begin and Eunja, and maybe some Ni. And then Begin like drop the character instantly and just play Master Raven and Jin or something. So Begin definitely fuck Begin. Low high, I think I can go down here as well because my only reference point for that is that super early set versus iMusician. Funny thing about low high and Akuma though, when Akuma, like when console dropped really early, I think Low High was the first person I saw, at least, use the. I guess people don't necessarily use that route that much anymore, but the forward 4 route from instant launch, like that for 2-1 into forward 4 into jump dive kick shit. I think he was the first person I saw doing that. I think it's even called low high combo because I did like a carry. What's it called? Comparison between that and like the really shitty bread and butter, the down for the 1-4-3 one with dash level 2 focus. And I think I called it the low high combo. So that's a fun fact.
A fun fact
About Akuma. Freyon. Crazy. Landon. Maybe Landon goes. I mean, I kind of fuck with Landon. I kind of fuck with Landon. But I feel like Landon has kind of lost his rights for any high placement on this list from acting out some wild shit on Twitter about Akuma. Tokido, of course, legendary Akuma player. Not so much in Tekken. Seeing him getting wailed on by some random Asuka player in like dance is not super great. Though, like one of the first matches one could ever look at with Tekken 7 Akuma was with Tokido. Tokido versus Nobi, I think, was the match. Yeah, so low high also goes down here somewhere. Maybe Landon can be cooler than low high. AK is a bit higher. I think I'm gonna need, because I don't feel like looking at matches. I'm gonna need like a value statement on these two, Sulman and Faisal, from Goki Akuma. Landon was the reason people got. I don't know if I don't think I would say that. I think maybe you could argue he played a part in it. But I don't know. I doubt it would have been much different if Landon didn't even exist. People have been bitching about Akuma forever. Sometimes rightfully so, sometimes. Well, I should say sometimes rightfully so. Most of the time, not so rightfully so, I think. So I think we also end up in some sort of middle ground here. Like, I think Forwood is pretty clearly separated here. I feel like his biggest Tekken 7 thing was that he like kick the shit out of Super Kuma at some tournament, which is funny because Super Kuma was so horrible at the mirror match for so long. He's kind of worked out the kinks on that though, so that's cool. Yeah, like these people also go like in the middle somewhere. You're gonna have to work out all these tiers. I think Akumu has to go here as well. He's pretty good. Also, if one can disregard all the horrible shit, he's also been like the creator of some very funny stuff, some very funny situations. So I don't know, make of that what you will. Wasa definitely has to go somewhere here. Newton, I don't think anyone knows who this guy is anymore. He's from India, but Newton has like he's the person that found the red fireball trap, basically. Or well, he's the first person that noticed the interaction with, when the red fireball pushes through. So yeah, I would also be inclined to say that Newton is a legend, but I'm not sure if that like warrants putting him. Maybe you can put him in the middle tier just for that. Freyon, I think also Freyon and Balls, they're like legends because they play Akuma in a region that fucking hates Akuma so bad. Finland like they hate Akuma so horribly, like almost can't even play the character versus other people there. So those guys are legends for that. And Balls, I mean, I think Balls goes pretty high just because he's such a consistent provider of like dope match gifts. I think that's great. I think that's sick. Monty, does Monty play anymore? I think he has to go somewhere around there. Maybe Y has to go here. I know so very little about Y and his playstyle. As well as like these guys. Can I move this in like a better way? Can you like control move them or something? Knee, where does knee go? Knee goes somewhere at the bottom as well, I think. Trying to figure out if I like a knee match with Akuma. Much. And I think the answer is no. If there is any like specific match one can think of, there's that one Evo match really early on where I think he beat JDCR with Akuma, which is sort of noteworthy. He does a lot of like weird, wonky post-launch meter spend combos, and that's a very different version of Akuma as well. I think one of the reasons I would be so inclined to put Nice so very low is that I think he was for a really long time very kind of bad at playing versus the character and people, but he still beat a lot of good Akuma players who were who were the good Akuma players at the time, like like Rixta and Super Akuma early on. Like he still beat those guys because Ni is a super beast. Like he's so good at the game. But I mean, he just beat him because he was so good at the game. But I think Ni was like one of the Koreans who like really put in this strategy of take absolutely no risk ever versus Akuma that got people so fucked up at that point when Atif and Awe started traveling, because they could just do everything and they never ever got punished for it because no one would ever engage them in risk reward, even when the risk reward was in their favor. Like while standing 2 becoming a safe meter building tool because Koreans, because I think because of Ni and Chanel, would just sidestep block a Demon Flip 3 every single time. So I think that kind of puts Ni down here. J Dot, of course, legend. I think he has to be here. Book. I think Book and AK. I also kind of want to put them low. They're super good, but I don't think they kind of inspire. What's that fucking TV show with the Asian chick? Marie Kondo, is there? No, that can't be her name can't be Kondo. The whole inspire. Do you want to keep this item or throw it away? Don't be a hoarder kind of shit. I've never seen it. I've just heard about it. Doesn't inspire joy. Books Akuma doesn't inspire joy. Velvet Johnson, also a great provider of Akuma content. So maybe you can like bridge this gap. Vesper, oh my god. I haven't thought about this guy for so long. I'd probably be inclined to put a Sims Akuma way higher than like Kuiper's books and AKs. Just because I think it's so incredibly funny that Asim basically only picked Akuma versus Super Akuma back when Super Akuma was really bad at the matchup, and they had like these shitfest matches in tournaments that looked like shit. They looked so horrible. They looked terrible. It's just like, whoa. It's just like two people jumping over each other for 5 minutes. No one gets anything done, and then there's like a month of shit posting about how Super Kuma is a terrible player when he lost. And I think this happened more than once, which I don't know. I think that's really funny. So I think he goes higher than me or Kuiper or whatever. Hmm. There's like a lot of Tekken or like Discord users here who I have very little, both like knowledge of, but not a ton of interaction with either. I think Afonso is a super dope dude, and I think it's really cool to have a person, right, that you just face a person in ranked. They add you, and I think I can't remember exactly what happened, but I think I played Afonso in ranked, and I think he added me or something, and we talked about Akuma. I can't remember, but I asked the guy if he wanted to play in an Akuma tournament, which also it, this Akuma tournament has like the best thing ever made by Wasa, which is the Akuma Team Akuma intro, which is legendary. Maybe we should watch that. But uh, he just said yes and played in a team tournament, and he had never played in any tournament or anything before, and I think that's sick. He played on stream, the first thing he ever did. So I think that's super dope. So I think I'm gonna put Afonso here. Um. Oh, where do I go? I guess I go somewhere in here, right? I can hang out with Newton. Me and Newton can shake hands. Uh. Mm, I think we just put all these guys in, even though these two guys, I don't know who these guys are. So I think they're just gonna get caught in the crossfire. I'm sorry. Uh, but that's life. I think all these guys go here. So Tokido is gonna be our last place, which is funny. It's really funny that we're making a Akuma list, regardless of what like the actual qualities are. It's pretty funny having Tokido be the last of an Akuma list. So I think this part is somewhat in order, right? Maybe I should still do this so I can switch them around. Hmm. How do we feel about this top row? I wonder if people feel like I'm like overestimating Eunja here, or like overvaluing Eunja. I would probably put Farcine above Atif Butt, to be honest. I mean, Farcine is still playing Akuma. Atif Butt has dropped the character, so. But to me, you would put Farcine higher than Eunja? I mean, that's kind of hard to me. Hmm. I guess the hard part with Farcine is that he hasn't traveled as much as Awais and Natif did. And because of how the whole like arc of Pakistani players played out, it's kind of, you learned of him so late, I think. But still, I could see an argument for that. Actually, I could see Eunja being like fourth and Farsim being third. But is Farsim third? Isn't that super high though? But maybe that is correct. Yeah, I think that's okay. I think you're correct, Paulo. Is Chanel up here? I think Chanel might actually be up here. But Chanel's Akuma playing is super early as well, so I actually think he's not. I think Chanel has to go in here somewhere. Maybe like here. He did play a ton of Akuma when the character dropped, but not so much anymore. I feel like Bilal, while being an amazing player, has to be the last of this second tier, just because he both duo mains and now doesn't play that much Akuma. So I think Shikarin also has to go further down. And I'd also be inclined to put Punko just above them. Punko is he's like a similar position as Eunja, right? He's like an Akuma influencer. Put him on the map or whatever. And I think he did so much for the game as well. Which is funny. I guess that was their main point of Akuma, right? They wanted to bring in 2D players. So what better way than to have Punko fuck people up? Now, how do we order this? I think Rixta undeniably has to be pretty high. Which is funny. The joke is that Rixta is really short. Haha. No, but I think it's funny. I think Rixta is also one of those people who, you just can't help but root for Rixta. I don't think I've ever seen a crowd cheer against Rixta. And even though he isn't playing that much Akuma anymore, especially ever since Gani, I think he did so much for the character in terms of like just having the character be seen. I mean, he did Key Charge Demon on TV, right? Has anyone else done Key Charge Demon on TV? Didn't think so. Let's see here. Maybe he isn't top here. I think Kashi Snake has to be somewhere at the top. But not top, just because so many people like God damn. I think Goki Akuma is pretty high as well. Both Goki and Kero, I think, have a really similar strength in their like Akuma power, whatever, power breakdown. Maybe we should call it that. Very similar Akuma power breakdown in that they're both very good at posting clips on Twitter at the, well, some would say worst possible time, but I would say best possible time, and pissing a fucking shitload of people off. And also writing really good messages to go along with the tweets. So I think that puts them pretty high on the list. But yeah, at this point, it's pretty hard. I think Uh, hmm. Hmm. I'm trying to figure out like where I put you, Paulo. I think you're pretty high because mostly for me because you kicked the shit out of GM at that Red Bull. It was a Red Bull tournament, right? I think that's very praiseworthy for multiple reasons. Yeah, I mean, you of course have like a lot of high profile wins, but to me, uh, the way both the way you beat GM and the fact that it's always funny watching GM lose is worth like a lot in terms of some like meta value. Uh, to me, that's probably it's way funnier than beating like Knee or something. So I think that's pretty high. This might be biased from me, but to me, I would probably put. Hmm. I would probably put Token above you. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of Token play, and he's entered a bunch of EU tournaments, and he's won a lot of TWT things. Like he's technically probably one of the best placing Akumas for certain periods of the game's lifespan in the world. Um, but it's really hard to make the argument, I guess, just from like a Russian standpoint. Not a lot of people know about the Russian scene. But I mean, he's also done a lot for Akuma in general, I think. And super nice dude or whatever. But maybe we do this, right? And I think maybe Punko goes on the last place of this list. Something like that. Is Rickstad at is Rickstad what is it, like 7th? Is that way too high? I think he's at 6th. Is that fucked up? People's champ. Yeah. I mean, I would be inclined to agree with you, of course, because I put him there. But I do think it's funny that it's only Americans going, yeah, dude, of course. Of course Rickster goes at 6. I mean, come on. That's not unreasonable. That's funny. At least a little. Yeah, we only know Rickster, dude. Who the fuck are these guys? I mean, I can see Rickster. Yeah, to me, Rickster being there is, I'm gonna be honest, it's mostly because he's like a charismatic people's champ kind of dude that plays in a way that makes you want to root for him. He's very entertaining as a player. So that's kind of why I would place him that high. Just like how I would place like Punko at 14th, even though Punko is and has been irrelevant for the character since even before the console version dropped. Yeah, that set with Knee. He had that set with Chanel. That was what is it, like last round. He of course had the TV shit. He has had a lot of good sets, I think, that you remember, which can't really say for everyone here, which I think is pretty noteworthy. Okay, let's put this list together and like quickly go over what seems super duper unreasonable. If there's anything that seems super duper unreasonable. But I'm gonna I'm gonna go get some more water, so I'm gonna be right back. What is the real game? The game is the game, right? I'm playing the fucking game. Give me a break. We got that nice sit down from TBS clips to King J videos and Arslan tier lists. It seems like it's me rubbish from the editing process. This is actually chronologically after the other one, so I've seen a lot of speculation in the community surrounding the what is the real game? The game is the game, right? I'm playing the fucking game. Give me a break. Yeah, I was just banning the follow salesperson in the chat. I was quickly, just really quickly considering giving that bot like a mod status. I wonder what that would do. Yeah, so let's quickly go over the list from top to bottom. Number 1, Always Honey. I feel like that has to be established in some way. Or like it has been established. Like you don't have to make an argument for that. I think maybe you can make an argument for Super Akuma, but that I think only would be because of having earlier results. Because we didn't really see anything of the Pakistani Akumas for so long. But yeah, I think that's like easy. Always Honey goes first. Super Akuma second, I think, is a no-brainer. Farsi third, I'm totally okay with that. Unya fourth, I'm probably not going to budge from that either. I think Atif Butt fifth is possibly something that could change. But it's like he has such a huge spike of sets that are great. And like good placements and really good play in general. Versus so many good opponents as well. So Rixta, we just talked about Rixta. Kero at 7th is actually, now that I'm thinking about it, Kero at 7th is kind of weird. That's kind of big to me. I think Kero is starting to do really well. But maybe Kero at 7th is kind of wild. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I think I would actually put Kero lower. Maybe like something like this. Maybe under Kashi. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that too. Like Kashi is probably higher than Kero to me. And there's a lot of good sets from Kashi that are available as well. And I feel like it's kind of hard for a lot of people when they talk about Kashi that they look at these tournaments, like with Arslan and people, that Kashi isn't participating in as much. But he's playing in a lot of other tournaments and doing well in those. So I think this looks better to me. Shikrin is probably pretty high as well. to be honest. And I probably have to put Shin Pushin higher as well. I probably have to move Shin Pushin like to the top of this, I think. My gut really wants to put him below Waza because I think Waza is so sick. He's like, you know when Ares talks about the Mexican Akuma? Waza is like the EU version of that, I feel like. Which is like the highest level of compliment you can give, in my view at least. Da-da-da. I think this sort of looks okay. Yeah, maybe we should watch the Akuma. What's it called? I think I have it up. Yeah, I do have it up. Let's see here. Opera. See, can we put this? Oh, I hate getting new. There we go. Should watch this before we make a value judgment. Where does Wasaga go? Oh wait, it's cut. There we go. Oh no, the resolution is off. Rip. This is so good. This is like the best. The best Akuma content ever made. By Waza. And that's it. That's Waza's contribution. It's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm actually gonna put Waza above Shimpujin. So Mr. Peter Parker Pushin has to hold that. Once he creates something as beautiful as that, then maybe we can talk. But for it, no way. Shimpujin, Forwood, of course. Akisera. Does Akisera go this high? I think I would allow Akisera to be this high just because Aki makes so many people angry on Twitter. I see people who read Akuma channel on Tekken Saibatsu and screenshot Akisera posts and post it on Twitter all the time. And it's always something like Aki calling people dumb for whatever reason. And it always makes me laugh. So I think Akisera goes there. Cosby, of course. Chanel. Yeah, I think Chanel can be at 20th. Balls, I think Balls goes here. Of course, Akumu. I'm going to put myself above Akumu. And I'm going to put Newton and Freyon above Akumu as well. I'm probably going to put a lot of these people above Akumu, if I'm being honest. I'm sorry, Akumu. But you can go here. Yeah, I do think that like Akuma has some sort of claim to some sort of middling Akuma relevancy. But maybe this is too high. Maybe it's like here. Yeah. You're right. You're definitely right. Kuiper at 31st. Probably put, I don't know. Should Kuiper go above Asim? I mean, Akuma is way better than Asim's. But Asim's Akuma has produced way fucking funnier matches. way funnier matches. Like 5 or 6 times as funny as Kuiper's. The funniest thing Kuiper's Akuma has produced is Grand Finals, I think, versus Super Akuma, where the entire chat was Resident Sleeper. That was pretty funny. But I still think Asim goes higher. Book and AK are kind of similar, I think. I feel like their Akuma kind of melds into one amorphous blob. Vesper and Washo. Yeah, sure, they can go there. Da-da-da-da-da. Yasashio-san, I just put him here because Toko likes him so much. Sulman and Faisal, sorry about this, but I don't know you guys at all, so you can go here. At least you're above knee, right? That's something. You can always say you're above knee in a list. Landon being there that's pretty funny, actually. I hope Landon puts 46th best Akuma player of all time in his Twitter signature. That would be pretty good. Or that he was higher than Tokido on the list. That's pretty cool as well. Do we have any notable names that are missing from this? Do we want to round it out to a 50? I know that there's a Swedish fighting game player who mostly plays Guilty Gear, I think, called Georg Broman, I think his name is. If I'm not being mistaken, I think that's his name. Let's see here. I believe that's his name. Yeah. And I think I would put him at last. I think he's the officially the lowest ranked Akuma player of all time for Tekken 7. Sorry, Georg. That's the way it has to be. So let's see here. That's our list. Maybe we do something like this. We cut it off at 26. And we move it to here. There we go. Beautifully laid out. The objective list of nice, hairy, and schmooves. There we go. You're welcome, everyone. Where am I even on this list? What's my placing? 22nd? Is that me? I'll take 22nd. That's pretty good. That's above the midline. I'm closer to the best Akuma player in the world than the worst. Or maybe not the best, but like the most nice and schmoovy Akuma player. Maybe I should like print screen it and put it on Twitter. And put some nifty words with it. I think not. I think I'll not do that. I actually think I'm not gonna continue streaming right now. I don't really have anything especially interesting to do whatsoever, and I don't feel like sitting here and just being bad at chit-chatting. So at least you got that weird mobility scooter story in the beginning, right? That's an extra. But on Friday, I'm gonna be streaming something. I'm gonna try to stream something that I think is gonna be fucking sick. It's gonna require a lot of work from me before Friday, but if it works out, it's gonna be dope. I'm not sure how much I can spoil. I'm basically gonna stream like a sort of a there's gonna be a contestant, there's gonna be a host, and there are gonna be questions and prizes. So I can say that much. And I think I'll leave it at that. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for your input, of course. And yeah, thanks for your continued support. Peace out.